All right, the last concept to take note of when it comes to data distributions is the idea of cumulative distributions. Um, and cumulative distributions sounds really scary, but basically it's just another summary value. And basically, I really don't like these definitions that are in the PowerPoint, but please take note of them. Um, but my definition of them kind of basically is like this. It is the accumulation of the frequency counts from the lowest to the highest count of the bins. So for everything that is less than 14, we have a count. Everything that is less than 19, we have a count. Everything that is less than 24, we have a count. So this is the accumulated sum, or I'd like to call it cumulative frequency of our data. And it's another summary statistic. So then we can also apply the cumulative relative frequency and the cumulative percent frequency. So let's kind of show you an example. So here's our data. And this was the frequency distribution. And you know here, this is our frequency. And just to kind of show you what all this is, I'm going to put the sum of these values here so that way we just kind of have a reference. We know that there's 20 counts total here. So what we want is the cumulative frequency here. So this is nothing more than the first bin adding to the bin before it. So since there's nothing to add before it, I'm just going to leave that as that. So this is equal to the second bin adding to the one before it. And then so on and so forth. So what ends up happening is you can see is that this is an accumulation of the values that are here. And this number here, which was the sum, should be the last number here. Now, if we were going to do the cumulative frequency, relative frequency, excuse me, right? It would be equal to this value divided by all the total quantity. So in this case, the total quantity is represented here. So I don't need to do a sum value, but I do need to keep this into a absolute reference. So now I have all of those. And so you can see that these first three values make up 85% or 0.85 of the entire population. And of course, this is equal to nothing more than this, the cumulative relative frequency times 100%. Right? And then we need to, of course, format that to a percent value. And then you can see the last item is 100%. So we have several concepts here. We have our frequency number, relative frequency, percent frequency. Then we have the cumulative frequency, cumulative relative frequency, and then the cumulative percent frequency. Okay, and so this is cumulative percent frequency. Okay, and kind of make sure that my headers, there we go. That kind of helps with what's going on there. Okay, so going back to this, here we're looking at, this is what the cumulative frequency is for our audit time data. Okay, so that wraps up data distributions. As always, if there's questions, I need to reach out, please do so. Thank you.